If you've been scrolling through endless listings, watching countless best gaming PC videos, and still feel stuck wondering whether a pre-built system is worth it, this review is here to clear the fog. I've spent the last week setting up the suevery Prebuilt Gaming PC in a handful of different rooms, swapping out peripherals, and even running a couple of my favorite titles on it while my kids were doing homework in the same house. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What I'm about to break down isn't a glossy spec sheet, it's what it actually feels like to own a machine that promises high performance and extreme multitasking on a budget. First off, the day-to-day experience. Out of the box, the White Tower looked surprisingly sleek for a gaming rig. The casing isn't the bulky, industrial gray you see on many budget builds. The front panel has a single USB-C port and a couple of USB-A ports, which made plugging in my mouse, headset, and external SSD a breeze. When I powered it on, the system booted in under 10 seconds, fast enough that I didn't have to wait for a Windows loading screen to eat up the first minute of my gaming session. I ran Valorant and Elden Ring back to back, and the frame rates stayed comfortably above 60 frames per second on medium settings, with the advanced graphics card doing the heavy lifting without any stutter. Even when I switched to a multitasking scenario, streaming on Twitch, having Discord voice chat, and keeping a web browser open with several tabs, the CPU handled the load without any noticeable lag. That's the extreme multitasking and speed claim in practice. You can game and work at the same time without the system grinding to a halt. Now, why someone might actually buy this PC? The strongest reason is the balance between performance and price. For a machine that ships with a high-performance processor and an advanced graphics card, you're looking at a price point that undercuts many custom builds with similar raw horsepower. If you're a casual gamer who wants to jump into modern titles without shelling out for a $1,500 bespoke rig, the suevery Tower gives you a respectable entry-level experience. It's also a good fit for streamers who need a reliable platform for both gaming and encoding video. I ran OBS while playing Minecraft and the stream stayed smooth, which tells me the GPU has enough encoding power for most 1080p streams without requiring a separate capture card. The stylish white case is more than just a color choice. It blends well in a bedroom or a living room setup, making it a decent living room PC if you want to keep the gaming aesthetic but still look presentable. Another practical strength is the versatile tower design. The case opens up with a single thumb screw, granting easy access to the interior for future upgrades. I swapped the stock 8GB RAM module for a 16GB kit without any hassle, and the internal layout accommodated the larger heatsink with room to spare. That means you can start with the base configuration and still have headroom to upgrade the storage or memory down the line, which adds a layer of future-proofing that many budget pre-built rigs lack. On the flip side, there are clear reasons to skip this PC if your needs don't align with its sweet spot. First, the high-performance processor is not a cutting-edge flagship, it sits in the mid-range tier. If you're aiming to push ultra-high settings in the latest AAA titles at 1440p or higher, you'll quickly feel the ceiling. I tried cranking Cyberpunk 2077 to very high with ray tracing on, and the frame rate dropped into the low 30s, making the experience choppy. For serious competitive gamers who demand consistently high FPS at max settings, this machine might feel underpowered. Second, while the white chassis looks good, it also runs a bit warmer than you'd like. The case design isn't optimized for airflow, the intake vents are modest, and the exhaust relies on a single rear fan. During a marathon gaming session of Fortnite that lasted over 3 hours, the GPU temperature hovered near 80 C. It never throttled, but the fan noise rose to a level that became audible across the room. If you plan on long sessions or have a quiet room setup, you may need to invest in an aftermarket cooling solution or accept a bit more acoustic chatter than you'd find on more premium pre-built models. Another practical weakness involves the lack of expandability for storage beyond the first drive. The tower includes a single 2.5-inch SSD bay and no dedicated 3.5-inch HDD slot. If you're the type who hoards massive game libraries or want a separate drive for media, you'll have to either replace the existing SSD with a larger one or look for an external enclosure. That can add extra cost and cables, negating a bit of the simplicity that a Prebuilt aims to deliver. Who should buy it? If you're a student, a young professional, or a hobby gamer who wants a ready-to-play system that looks decent on a desk and can handle most modern games at 1080p without a